and praise Jesus. I am Millicent Wamboi, aka Millie Wajesus. What you don't know about me? I think you already know. I'm the most loved and celebrated wife in East Africa. Guys, catch me on the brand new reality show, Oh Sister.
I love good things. I can't say I sing for a living. I influence for a living. I don't take anything less.
Hey! I thought we are coming to change this situation.
Drama unfolding.
You are an actress, so keep quiet. You are just a group, keep quiet.
Kaput.
You don't have to dress in a certain way that is not appropriate. Kama singekuwa na ile relationship niko nayo na God, I don't think I would handle the scandals that have passed through my house.
Hi guys!
Praise Jesus!
Hope you're doing well.
It's the Wajesus family here, and you're back again with a very interesting video. Kama Kawa Ida. So if you're new to this channel, do what?
Hit that subscribe button and join the family.
Wapinduru ya family. Wapishangwe na vigelegele. Oh my goodness, guys, we are so psyched up because today.
Yes!
Today!
Leo ni ile siku.
Leo ni ile siku.
Yes.
Mstani mrefu. God.
Thank you.
God, mbona uliamua tu hivyo manzi? Yaani uliamua unipe msupa mmoja kitu. Msupa mmoja kitu. Asante manzi. Asante God, asante sana. Inao ni baraka man. Niko na msupa mmoja matatu. Anyway guys, today we are so excited because officially
Yes.
we are going to be doing what?
We're going to be launching Oh Sister.
Oh sister, oh sister.
Unaona vile nimeng'ara? I want just leo mbona umedress down?
Mimi dress down you shine. Look at that.
Thank
Look at that girl. Hebu tuone chini. Wewe.
From White Rose Bridal. Is it viatu?
Hebu acha kwanza tuone your dress. Turn. Guys, msijali, it's a makeup room, so that's why it's not looking so fresh, but my girl is, that dress is fine.
Thank you.
White Rose
Bridal.
And the
Makeup.
shoes so pretty. They go.
Rocker store.
Nizionyeshe mzuri
So
pole pole.
cute.
So
Yes.
cute.
And the hair, measure the wig master on the hair.
So
But
pretty.
I'm about to actually change. But not now, later on, because we have two events. And then my makeup by the makeup tower.
Makeup tower.
Imagine nimefanywa na haraka kwa sababu time is bad. Time
Yeah.
is bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm so happy. I'm feeling excited. Today is the day. By the way, yani sijaifanya kitu kama hii before. This is the first time ever, and you know it's a new experience. You know, new year, new things, and I'm so happy and grateful to God.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Oh. Wewe, so beautiful.
Thank you. I can't. You guys need to see my other sisters how they are looking.
Waniwa moto.
Wanakaa fiti. Wanakaa poa sana.
Sasa saa hizi tunaenda kuchange. So what was happening, we had another launch which was a media launch.
Yes.
And now we're going to be doing an actual launch.
Launch, yes.
Wako tayari?
Sijui kama uko tayari.
Guys, kama haujawatch trailer ya Oh Sister, just watch it.
Yes.
I love good things. I can't say I sing for a living. I influence for a living. I don't take anything less.
Hey! I thought we are coming to change this situation.
Drama unfolding.
You are an actress, so keep quiet. You are just a group, keep quiet.
Kaput.
You don't have to dress in a certain way that is not appropriate. Kama singekuwa na ile relationship niko nayo na God, I don't think I would handle the scandals that have passed through my house.
Umecheki? Oh Sister ni moto, alafu wasupa wamejazwa tu Nairobi mzima, Kenya mzima na mabillboard East Africa. Nasikia hadi kuna billboard ziko Eugene na TZ. Kwa hivyo kama ni
Kwa
Eugene.
sababu iko Maisha Magic Plus.
Yeah,
So it's
Maisha
an East African
Magic
channel,
Plus.
so you can see it. Go TV channel 1, channel 8,
Eight,
DSTV
DSTV
channel 163.
What? saa 2 every
Friday,
Guys,
8
you don't
p.m.
wanna miss this.
Yes.
Buy your GoTV, buy your DSTV.
Yes.
Set your reminder.
Na mtaona kitu yenye mwanangi on our channel.
Yeah.
Something different. Yani whatever you are going to find on the show, it's exclusive. It's something you don't even know. So yeah, I'm excited.
Aish. So my love is about to change
Yeah.
for the next set.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Come
acha
back.
aende akachange. Woo.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little and we keep track of time, being so serious.
Amesema anavaa ratchet. Amesema anavaa nguo yenye ni ratchet. Amesema
ratchet. Go for it, baby girl.
Nataka kuonyesha some skin. Yes.
Sio slava.
Nipea hii skin, ngoja nipea hii legs.
We are waiting.
Nataka kuonyesha legs.
Nilikuwa nashangaa umeificha leo. Mpaka umenilini mpaka huku.
Ati amefanya hadi amevaa
Mpaka
tai.
huku utai kila mahali.
Ati hiyo ni fornication. Fornication gani?
Akiforili una show skin kwa nini wewe gospel artist?
Aya.
Kwa nini una skin?
Yeye ni fornicator.
Yeye ni fornicator.
Nafikiria mama amedunga hivyo.
Hivyo
tu amedunga hivyo, atoe tu trao.
Unaona by the way ukiona mtu wa kudress ni nini kwa kudress? Unaona hadi nguo yenyewe inataka kujitoa. Cheki kifungo ishafunguka. Niko like why am I hiding?
So atoe tu trao. Abaki
na top. By the way hii kosa ebu by the way si ni dress ikifika hapa utoe tu trao.
High-low dress. That's a high-low dress.
Alafu nikiona content tukisema nifanye hi guys.
Ati hi guys. Ala. Oh sister. Hiyo ni o sister ama ni Odusko?
Utatutu ndio nguo zote. Shida yako alafu apia.
Msikia Nadibia amesema uko kando.
It's about to go down.
What's the difference between light and darkness? You are darkness.
Wakiwa na mama Wambo watakushambulia.
Mama Wambo unajua.
Mama Wambo na hadi anavaa gown nikanaenda wewe.
This is gospel. See, Nika tumefunika kila mahali.
Hiyo ni gospel.
Ni gospel.
Maua, unaona haina Illuminati.
Haina Illuminati.
Sasa ile mimi navaa saa hii, watu watasema ni Illuminati. Haya. Na ngoja kila mtu avae ndo nitokee legs na creep hivi. Pole.
Wacha hata washuke.
These are the cast members nafanya hivi legs.
Watu sasa ni makamera tu kuzoom.
Actually, can't wait for your dress, by the way. I can't wait. Oh, see your dress?
The jumpsuit.
Yeah?
Sasa I'm showing skin.
I saw the photo and I'm like,
I'm showing
nini
legs.
yo sister kweli?
Ama ni
Nika unajua
Na tunaenda heaven same na Betty. Imagine tunaenda same heaven na Betty.
nasikia hata nyumba zenyu ni neighborhood.
Rapture ikifanya tarumbeta ya kwanza mimi nimesikia utasikia kwanza Betty. Kabisa.
Betty atakuwa like guy na Mungu baba sijavaa nguo.
Acha nivae.
dress yenye Nika anafanya. Ngojeni. Ngojeni. Si unaiona kwa photo?
Allah
Ndio ameamua.
ameamua.
Kufa dereva kufa makanga.
Wewe unachoma wewe. Unajua ni wasichana wa nini?
Huyu tumefunika mpaka uso anakaa ninja.
Nafunika mpaka uso.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at that hair and makeup. Oh my goodness, that girl is looking like a hot potato. Yeah? Mwaki. And then introducing the outfit. What? Bella BK couture on that. Very nice. Hebu tuone nyuma detail kidogo. Just turn. Woo! Where? Yeah, let's go, my baby girl. Let's go.
Ona mabwana wengine wako wapi?
Wako anavaa corset.
Guys, look at Nanu.
Where Danu? Where? And imagine at the end you are just a groupie. No.
I am grouping.
Queen.
applause, everybody. I'm not convinced. Why, you guys? Keep going. One more time for Betty Byron. And of course, we're gonna escort the Mr. himself. One can keep going. Nika the Queen. Nika, come out. We want to see you. Guys, you can do better than that. Alafu tuko na Millicent Wamboi aka Mimi Wajesus. Because amefuatwa hapo na Mr. himself. Round of applause, guys, keep going. I'm such a hot child. Let's keep going, guys. Look at my And lastly, we have Priscilla Gallon Minor. Round of applause, people. You have to keep running until she gets it. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to, yeah? Are we ready? Okay, great. The first episode for All Sisters, Karibuni Kabi.
It's not something nasema ati kuna kitu yote ilinifanya niokoke because I was not doing bad because so many people wanafikiria na kuokoka lazima uwe mgonjwa.
I think it got 5-0. Me, I don't mind. So it's good stuff. Debbie and Faith are my kids from my previous marriage. I was married, but we fell out and yeah, we divorced.
When the Bible inasema two can never walk together unless they agree. So first of all, kitu inaletaga watu together ni agreement ya maombi.
Asante sana.
Hi guys, I am Millie Wajesus. I think ilikuwa around 2012 when I was in Form 2. He had come to do a photo shoot for our house. My parents were just moving in to their new house and we needed someone to do photography and he's the person who came to do it. And when I was in second year in KU, that's when we reconnected again through Facebook. My walk of faith is also about boldness, not ashamed of Christ. That's why first of all tunaitwa the Wajesus family, that's why naitwa Millie Wajesus. Kuna wasa wanaongea chini ya maji, si hata waongea tusikie kile wanasema.
Wanasemaje ni? Ni uno.
Anaambia tusalie na funga mkuso moja ya maana ukileke.
Nasikia whisper ya chini. Wenefunikanga hizi thighs. Ha? Excuse me?
Si naked na mama tu funga mguu.
Okay, what is it showing?
Mimi sijui shida gani, ni shetani gani natufuata. Imagine I only wanted a night to enjoy. Sasa ona. What's the difference?
She's just looking fine, she's looking good.
You want to tell me something? Yeah. I wish mama.
Always walk with security.
It's not because that I'm alone. But at least it's nguo ya Mkristo. Inafaa kutoshana na hii yangu.
Lady P uvanguo refu refu, by that you will never see her nini. Even on online, you will never see her magoti. Sidhani hata konaza.
Siya pasa tu nguo yote. Ifanye nini? Jesus Christ.
Amanda.
Like say that
That was so uncalled for.
what was that I just saw? These are very grown-up people, mature people that are supposed to to carry themselves well. And what are we doing? We're just shouting. The Bible calls for decent dressing. Umesema ni kama mimi ndio naonekana, ni kama mimi ndio mbaya. Hatuwezi kumwambia sisi wote na manguvu na kushout.
Who's this lady? I don't even know her. Mimi namuona tu online na kiomba. I'm so shocked. Lady B ni wale ma-haters huko kwa comment section. Wana comment wakisema Wajuda.
Hapo mimi unaniambia poa hapo.
Udem ni best friend Lynette. Judgmental. As a threatening my friendship with Lynette. Ni kubaya. Kwani Wajuda Lady B.
Unajua uliingilia mambo ambayo ikuhusu. Unajua ukianza kuwasha na vitu ambazo zikuhusu, hiyo pilipili itakukuta tu. Kama ndio kutibako basi weka ile Lady B.
Maybe then ningependa pop up to around 10. Nimejua just na hiyo time.
Time.
Yeah,
time.
It's like popping popcorn, like.
Amazing, amazing. A round of applause one more time. Have you enjoyed it? Emma. Karibuni sana. I want to invite all of you on stage. We want to make a bow so that the guys can see these amazing people. So we're going to do a bow. I introduced you guys to them before, so I want them to do a bow, and then they'll be back for, you look nice. They'll be back for Q&A. So you have questions? I have 1, 2, 3. A round of applause one more time. Thank you so much. You guys have done an amazing job.
And she looks good.
You guys, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nika kuna makaa, and she said, do you want the back view? Tuko na ngoja back view. Okay, thank you so much. And I have another question. First of all, who thinks the outfit had a problem? Anybody who thinks the outfit had a problem, apart from Lady B?
Well,
Just Lady B.
the church.
We asked the church. Where's the church?
Where's the church?
Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Faith.
Faith. Okay. How do you feel about Lady B's reaction to Mika's dress?
I think Lady B is bold.
Okay.
She's fabulous. She's Holy Ghost driven, and I love it.
She wants to snap her finger. Hey! Thank you so much for that feedback. Now, for the record, these questions are from people online, okay? Yeah? Msinirushie mawe. Msinirushie mawe. I have some questions here. So, I have a question to Nika. Nika, how do you feel about what people say about you, social media about your content? I hear you said something, on the show about the same, but how do you feel generally about it?
Personally, before it used to be a problem, but I had to adjust. They had to adjust. I cannot change who I am. I'm just who I am. Kabi, you understand? Hata mkinipea dera sahi, mambo ni ile ile.
Amesema dera haitaka kama kanzu. So another thing, what about the fact that they say this is not Christian, it's not representing Jesus? Well, in essence, your name is Jesus girl.
I'm a born again Christian. I love God. When I shut my door, how I pray and communicate with my God, that's what matters. You understand? I'll carry Jesus as long as I'm alive. You understand? This body that I carry, you know they judge me, especially with the body. If I was petite and I wear even a short thing, they won't talk. You understand? So this is just who I am. And it won't change my relationship with God. You understand? And I'll dress how I want to. That's just it.
I would like to ask them to, but please come on stage. At least it is in the web now. You won't be standing. Please come on stage. We have more questions, and then we will also open a Q&A from the crowd. So please, if you have a question, put it ready. We'll give you a mic, and then you can be able to ask a question. So guys heard you call someone a groupie.
Yes.
So who was it you're asking? Who was it and why?
This one.
Oh, it was Nanu. Why?
Because anaingilia vitu azimuhusu.
Okay.
Yes.
Alifanya nini ama tungoje tuone show? Tungoje tuone show. Okay. Okay, thank you, Betty Bayo. So when you say you are happily married, this is a question from a member. What is your definition of happily married?
You can be married. So many people are married, but it's rare to find people who are happily married. So those are two different things. You can be married and you can be happily married. So me, I'm happily married.
So you're happy times two. Is there anything? Okay, there's being married, and there's being happily married. What are some of the characteristics of a happy marriage? According to Betty Bayo, not according to everybody else, but according to you.
According to me, it's when you marry your best friend, una best friend wako. So you don't have to be what you're not. Unakuwa tu mreal, you don't fake, you don't do makeup all the time. Anakupenda tu venye uko. Like mimi nanipenda tu venye niko kienyeji. He doesn't force me to be anyone else. Yeah, he does not force me to be anyone else. He just embraces who I am, and every day we take it a day at a time. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Betty, for that. Tundano, wewe vile ni mpole. This is a question from someone. Hii drama yote una survive aje? Ama yako iko pahali na kama?
Well, it's a lot. These ladies are a lot, I must admit. So, yeah, come on to popcorn. Every day you absorb a little.
Yeah.
But because I know all of them and I'm very close somehow with all of them by default, I manage. Unapatana na huyu, unaongea kidogo, unapatana na huyu, unapatana na huyu. So yeah, and then praying for them a lot helps me to deal with all of that. I go somewhere and decompress after every meeting. Literally.
Yani mnafanya ndano kafunge.
But I'm cross spiritual.
Oh, unamsaidia.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
Okay, so your description says you're a confidant to many people. Like many people find reason to be, to speak to you about confidential matters. How is that for you? Even I know you've said you pray, but how are you able to separate all of them so that usifike na huyu unatake side ya huyu when you're with this person? How are you able to balance all that, knowing the intimate stuff about them?
Well, I can say it's just by God's grace. He gives me the wisdom to handle each of them as an individual, and to just have the wisdom to know that what I discuss with Millie is confidential to me. It's just between me and her. What I discuss with Lady B is just between me and her. I mean, just respecting them, because I respect each and every one of them. I can't share what I discuss with any of them, and by God's grace, that gives me the ability to be very close and to know very intimate stuff about all of them, and having the wisdom to know the boundaries.
Well done. Thank you so much, Danu. Tumili, is there another reason other than loving Jesus that made you call yourself the Wajesus family?
Hi guys. I think Jesus is at the center of who I am and who we are as the Wajesus family. There's no other reason. He's the only reason we are the Wajesus family.
So if you weren't Wajesus, who would you be?
Nothing. I'm nothing without Jesus.
Amen.
Well done. Thank you. Another question. As the Wajesus family, what is the most you have struggled with? I think generally in terms of social media, personally.
I think for us is standing for who we are. The fact that we love Jesus, that we call ourselves the Wajesus family. Like every time we meet someone new, the first thing they ask us is why Wajesus? And sometimes people might judge you. And also the fact that people think we are supposed to be perfect. Because so many people are like, why are you calling yourself the Wajesus? Na unafanya hivi. Mbona unajiita Wajesus na ulifanya hivi? So it's just the struggle of balancing the fact that we are so bold about who we are and the fact that we are also humans and we are not perfect.
Okay, I think that's really well said. So I want to invite the representative from Multi-Choice.
Hi sisters. Okay, number one, I love you all, but I love Lady B more. Lady B, nakupenda sana. So, niko na question na ndakuuliza kigenge juu tuna relate. Unaona mimi ndio genge mwenyewe huku Multi-Choice. Okay, najua unapenda God, like unampenda sana Lady B. But jumu soma Bible pia. God na dressing kidogo, God huangalia heart. Before ufike kwa dressing yako, anaangalia heart yako kwenye iko. So nika kidunga hivyo venye anadunga juu so kudunga luku nayo unapiga sis. Luku unapiga, but how is that relatable in terms when it comes to God?
Hi guys. Mambo vipi? Uzito, haina noma. Let me tell you one thing, it's a very good question. Yes, God looks at our heart because He is God. But you see, we are not living in heaven.
Allah.
We are here on earth. And man looks at the clothes.
Allah.
And you know, not everybody ati ameokoka, hata wale wako kanisa, hata pastor ameokoka na anaongea na ndimi. Wewe umekaa hivi ndani kama nika. Muda hata atashangaa. Atachanganyikiwa. Maana hii mwili haiokoki. Basta unashtukia pasta ameshikwa na Holy Spirit. Kumbe ni Roho Mtakatifu. Unajua kuna Roho Mtakatifu na Roho Mtakatifu na Roho Mtakatifu. So it's very good to be conscious and to be other people's faith keepers. Because maybe your faith is more bold or more higher than the other person. Like the Bible really is very clear. Kama unakulaga nyama, kula nyama lakini usifanye mwenzako asile ama akule kwa sababu unataka akule.
Jibu. Unajua pia Lady B, nguo pia inaendana na miaka. Miaka yako ngapi? Miaka yako ngapi? Nikifika hiyo stage ya hiyo miaka nitaivaa. Unaelewa? Sasa hii wacha nichape luku.
So Mama Janet, tunajua ujaluo ni gharama, tunajua. Lakini 20,000 ya time yawa. Ni nini? 200,000. Yes, I'm sorry. Forgive me. 200,000 ya kununua nini?
Unajua utaona hiyo 200,000 kama ni nyingi, inategemea na kiwango ambayo mtu ako nayo. It depends on how much you possess at that time. It depends on how much you have, on how much you have in your account. So maybe at that point utajua ya kwamba ni nyingi ama ni kidogo. So it depends, unaongea from which angle.
Okay. Nitajibu. Huo mteja nitamjibu. I guess that's it from myself.
I wanted to know who's the calmest one and anyone drama queen kwa hii series nzima.
The nicest is her. She's calm, she's collected. She is the litmus paper of wenda wazimu ikipanda. She's gentle. And then the rest.
Okay, you answer. I will not be biased. It depends on what is happening. You see, Millie here, her lashes are enough to make you fall down. She'll just do this. Umeisha. Lady B is your drama queen. Huyu. Now skip one and then the other one. Those two are dangerous. I said this one next to me on my right, and then skip one, and then the other one.
But you guys have watched. Do you have drama? Kwa hiyo episode mimi ni mzuri sana.
Atujaona Betty Bayo. Hebu komentini kumhusu.
Na sio, this one is sio kwamba tunajipenda. I think the calm people in this group is Betty Bayo, Janet Otieno and Priscilla Ndanu. Am I right? Sameni ni vizuri, ni vibaya kujisemea, but kwa hii wakati itabidi niseme kwa sababu mnashindwa kusema au ni aje? Bas. So nasikia wajapinga, so it's true. So naona hawapingi, it's true. Hawapingi, it's Betty, Priscilla Ndanu and Jeho. Yes.
Alright. Lakini tuko na episode zingine 12 ya judge.
By the way, hata utaiona tu.
Tutaona?
Yes.
Okay. Any more questions? Who wants to know what was the criteria for choosing the cast? Who wants to know? We want to know, yeah? We want to know. Is there anybody who can answer that question for us? Maybe multiple choice? Sami D! Sami D! Pigeni makofi, Sami D! Security, mlete mic. This is the guy behind the show, guys. This is Sami D.
Wengine hug surely.
I'm very specific. So Sami D, what was the criteria for choosing the cast for the show? Because it will stuck here too, sister. Oh, sister.
Na moja haimbi. Na moja haimbi.
Na moja haimbi, na Mili. Mwingine ni?
Na mwingine ni group.
Mwezi itanda group. Kwanza bibi ya producer mnamwita group ili nataka afunge show. You know? Anyway, so for you, Sami, what was the criteria? Because these people have different personalities, honestly. They're all born-again Christians in the gospel industry, but how, or rather, what was the criteria for you? Oh, I want size 8, I want Danu, my wife, I want Lady B, and I want Millie.
No, but insist you and Danu.
It's the wife, I have to say.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Sami, and I'm very proud of our sister. It's for Holy Ghost. When you look up the cast, they all represent a group of very many other celebrities, musicians, actors, social media influencers. When you look at Millie, she represents very many other people. When you go to this other side and you look at Betty, she represents very many other people. And I have been a music video producer for a very long time. That means that I have interacted with each and every one of them for a very long time to understand that they would be bold enough to be in a reality show. Because you must agree with me that not everyone has the guts to be in a reality show. Sindio? Yeah. But these ones, wako nayo, sindio? Yeah, and they have been amazing and they have given us some beautiful content across the season. You guys are not ready. Yeah. And it gets juicy as you go. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Sami. Thank you so much. So I feel like we've spoken to one of the husbands of the cast, but I see others here. So is it okay if I ask them a question? So we want to know. We want to know, yeah? So I'll start with Mr. O. Please, if we can have the microphone.
How is it for you? I know this is not a new thing for you. You've been in the limelight. You haven't shied away from, talking about your family and what you do. But this is on another level. Millie's on the spotlight alone. Yeah? Not with you there. How is it for you being on the other side and just watching your wife blossom?
Praise Jesus again. For me, I'm so proud. I'm a proud husband. Wow. because when we got married, Millie never used to look at the camera. Like, she would always shy away. She was running away from me recording our life. She didn't want to share that part of us. But when I showed her that this is going to impact a generation and we are going to inspire people that marriage works, then she got onto the platform and she even surpassed me in terms of followers, in terms of influence, and I cannot be... Wow. I'm so proud of you, my love, and I love you so much. Keep shining, keep growing.
You want to walk and give her a hug?
Let him.
Please. Let it be, please. What a funny job. Okay, and I don't feel about her being on a reality show, living her life there, despite what has happened on social media, all that she's spoken about. She's still out there, not giving up, but shining through it. How do you feel about that?
For this period of time that I've known Mika, she's been judged a lot.
Yeah.
And her being one of the cast members in this show, it's one of the platforms she's always wanted to, to let people know who she really is, for people to stop judging her. We've all watched the first episode, and we can tell, when the sisters, they judged her. It's something that she needed to express herself for people to understand her better.
The thing about my wife is she's very confident in whatever she does. Yeah. She's very real. Whatever you see on screen is what she is, and that's how she is. 3, I'm so proud of you because I know through this show she'll be able to inspire so many people. Amen. Because at Okiangalia, as the Morayas have done this before, when we fight, we want to let guys know marriage see interemko. So we just want to show people the good side, the bad side. So through this show, I'm very sure she'll be able to shine, and I'm here to back you up. And that's why, as men, most of us tuliingia kwa show tukasema we'll give our wives back up. And asante sana, although tulipewa kitu kidogo msioni ikawa ni mimi. So we love you. We love you. And so so we will give you the support, and especially, babe, I always give you 100%, and whatever you need, especially when it comes to this show, I'll be able to offer. Thank you.
So if you have your phones, this is the time to get that phone out. We're about to do something glamorous. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a beautiful evening. I've been told to say good night. Good night. So good night to all of you. Please don't go yet. You can mingle with the cast, take photos, eat food. There's a lot of food outside. So yeah, see you for launching dinner. God bless you. Bye.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember.
good things. I can't say I sing for a living. I influence for a living. I don't take anything less.
I thought we are coming to change this situation.
Drama unfolding.
You are an actress, so keep quiet. You are just a group. Keep quiet.
Kaput.
You don't have to dress in a certain way that is not appropriate.
Allah.
Kama singekuwa na ile relationship niko nayo na God, I don't think I would handle the scandals that have passed through my house.